Empty. Do you need it?
You're rolling.
It's my stress ball thing.
Okay, you can have it back in a minute. Use this.
Does it say
in the
crawfish
meantime.
on that thing?
Yes.
Did you write that on there?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I have been busy. Okay, so Captain James Tiberius Kirk over here. Crawfish can live how long out of water?
Well, they can live for several days, but if they're in a humid environment, then it's just like a few months.
Damn.
So I was going to say, so really in western Kansas, they could live eternally or be dead in an hour.
Sure.
Yep. So I wrote, Ben doesn't know crap about crawfish.
Ben don't know crap about crawfish? I don't.
Okay, next. Bean wants to know what to look for in R4 soybeans.
Worms.
Next. What's the other thing I was going to ask you, Tiberius?
The thing that Heathman asked? Is that it?
Maybe. What did Heathman ask? Oh, no. We're not going to talk about that.
Okay.
That's the only other thing I remember.
Okay, thank you. That's James Tiberius Kirk. He works for us now. Straight off Starship Enterprise.
Bean wants to know what to look for in R4 beans.
Worms.
Oh, you meant soybeans.
Yeah.
I thought you meant bean.
Bean himself.
Yeah.
Bean,
Worms.
check for worms, bud. We're going to plant a crop for 20... What year is it?
25.
25.
Okay. What are you going to do? Corn?
Sure.
Corn. Oh, so...
That's the only one people really like. No one they care about. Beans, like, plant it, forget about it, which is what we should do for corn. But,
Yeah. That's my plan on one field, so I'm going to throw it in the dirt
and
and then leave. I don't even know how many tri-land acres I do like that. You plant it and you leave.
I feel like we've talked a lot lately about farming for insurance. Now, I used to trash talk those guys probably 6 or 7 years ago. But now I implement it a lot.
It's a program that's there for your use, and it only pays if you use it the right way.
Yeah. Is there any honor in farming?
Farming's a business.
Yeah.
In my opinion of honor, I don't care. I'm here to make money and provide, and that's it. So if the government wants you to farm it for insurance or they want you to take payments, then you do it.
The other day, we were talking on the phone, and you talked about if there'll be no names mentioned, if there was a disc with $1 million in cash in boxes stacked on top, and you had to pull it across a field.
And then it unlocks.
And then it unlocks $1 million.
How many people would not do it? There's quite a few.
Out of like sheer fist raised in the sky, whatever.
Mm-hmm. It's a business, and keep that in mind. I've got a landowner. I'm sure he listens to podcasts a lot. So, but I'm fine telling you. He's been in this whole learning stage of farming for profit as a business and not just raising bushels. Like I mentioned to you, you don't get necessarily paid just because you cut something. Tons, bushels, whatever, bales. Doesn't matter. You still can harvest and still lose your butt doing it.
Oh, yeah.
But you're far more likely to make money if you're planting. If you plant something, you're going to get an insurance check. You're going to get program payments. You're going to get something. Mm-hmm. Now, whether that's a harvest or not is up to debate, depending on what you're doing. Like even cover crop, that's a crop anymore. It's viewed more as a crop. So, and then the other thing we talked about was you can work for 20 years building your soil up to be the, in your opinion, our opinion, my opinion, whatever, the greatest field health ever. And then the ground cells
The guy down the road that chisel plows every year buys it,
Yep.
and there it goes.
Yep.
Not that soil health is not to be observed or a goal to be obtained. But I mean, gosh dang, man, it's like we're at the point of the year where we're burned out. Combines are starting to roll. I say burned out. Combines are starting to roll. It's going to be a surprising harvest in a lot of areas. But we're on this market trend where everyone said there's no way the crop looks that good. There's no way the crop looks that good. Doesn't matter, because prices are going to do what prices are going to do, because farmers don't matter when it comes to determining what the world says crops are going to do. And then you've got, okay, where's it going with this?
I'm in this industry, and I don't even know where you're going with it.
So planning for 2024. Thank you.
5.
How do so we're going to plant the crop. We're going, and just tell me what you're going to do in 25. Recover this for me.
I don't even know where you were going. What were we talking about before that?
Serious?
Great.
I got so lost trying to understand what you're trying to talk about.
Okay.
Or profits. That's a
Profits, soil health, $1 million on a disc.
Oh.
That's the title of the podcast. $1 million on a disc.
Yeah.
How
There's
far
much.
How far will you sacrifice principle for will you
There's
go under?
So much people do things out of sheer, I just won't do that. Like, Josh, here, take a sip of this coffee. Nope, I do not do coffee. $1 billion to take a sip of this coffee. Nope, I won't do coffee. That's how
Slurp
ridiculous.
that thing down.
That's how ridiculous some of these things are. So letting go of it has to be this way is probably number one at making money in low markets. Set your moral compass where you're going. Just because you have to crick around a bush in the road doesn't mean you're going to go completely off.
I can see it. Stay in the middle of the road. There's a bush. I will not
That
go around it.
I'm dying.
won't.
I will die right here.
There are farmers that do that.
Yeah. And that's it. You go around it. Yeah, it's off your path. You're going to do something you don't want to do, but you'll get back on if you can get around the damn bush.
There's
people stand there and starve to death behind that bush.
And cover croppers get all wound up about it, but dude, tillage guys are the same way.
Yeah.
It's going to blow if I work the ground. They're going to work the ground and it blows. Well, we're just going to work it again.
Yep.
Work it again. Tillage guys do the same thing.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't really matter your practice. It's either I am all cover crops and I will never own a piece of metal, or I am all tillage and I will never plant a cover crop. We're all at fault no matter what, because there isn't one way to do anything. Like, there's no perfect way. I would love to own that equipment company if there was one perfect way. There's not.
Yeah. So that'd be number one in making money in a low market. Get off your trail if you have to. Don't die on that hill. That's dumb.
Yeah.
It's a business. Because if you go broke, your guy that comes to replace you will do whatever the hell it takes. And he don't give a crap what your moral compass was. And nobody else in the market or anything else cares either.
Yeah.
So I do hear that a lot too with farms. Although who's going to plant corn like that? Nobody in the market gives a rat's ass about what your lifestyle's like. All they care about is where the market moves. Because they make money down, they make money up. Movement is money, period. So get off the idea that this has to happen in order for these things to whatever survive. That's not the case. They're going to do whatever they want to do. And that's not a diss to farms. That's just reality of what we have to work with.
Yeah.
So that's number one.
It's not that we don't support a moral compass.
Right.
If you think something is genuinely wrong, don't do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
there are times you're going to make
Question
rough
everything.
decisions.
well, and that's the thing. How do you make a rough decision? Do we pull the plug? Do we abandon it? Do we pull a disc out of the hedgerow because now our field's washed?
Mm-hmm.
We did strip till and we got a 9-inch rain and it ran all the dirt out of the strips. We got to smooth it up.
Mm-hmm.
I hate disc and ground. Well, What are you going to
It
do?
happens.
What are you going to do?
Yep.
Now I'm depressed. We got to find hope for 25.
Oh, there's hope in 25. Being proactive marketing, that's one. Trump wins, you know damn well corn's going down. Just get that through your head now. If he wins, it will be a rough year for the market.
Yep.
Now, there's always programs and payments that come out on top of that tend to buff that out. But if you can position yourself right prior to that happening, you're going to make a ton of money. Just understanding and moving move before you're dead.
Adapt.
Yeah.
Our podcasts about adaptability are always the highest ranked.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah. If you can adapt to a down market, just accept a down market.
Yeah.
That's major.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't want to accept that. I don't want to accept it, but I have to.
Yeah. It's down. It's going to
Yep.
suck. Okay.
Yep. So
Move on.
450. I think I've seen some 480s for next year possibility. There's money there.
Yeah.
What if it goes to $8? If it goes to $8, you can buy the market. Yeah, it
Or
costs
contract
money.
for the year after.
Yeah.
That's what you told
if
me.
it carries that far.
Sure.
So, get ready for that. Be ready for weather. Watch the weather patterns, things like that. Now, that's hard to do. I could have swore Western Kansas is going to be a desert this year, which it is in some spots, but for my area, it's not.
Very spotty.
Mm-hmm. So, be prepared for that. Get good insurance programs or whatever, cover crop programs. Find ways to make money now. Don't worry about money later. Work off the rate now.
Yeah.
So, which is kind of also contradicting my whole plan ahead thing too. So, but programs and stuff, marketing, you need to be ahead. Farming, agronomics need to work in the rate now. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Plan, but don't have a plan. Have a plan, but be very adaptable.
Very adaptable.
That's how I would put that.
If something happens in South America and beans are terrible or whatever down there, you may want everything beans. But then the market's going to sit there and assume that. So then you have to position yourself marketing-wise prior to that.
I'm not buying all my nitrogen for next year right now.
No.
One, because interest is 10%.
Yeah.
A down corn market, nitrogen's going to be down. And if it's not down, I'm not going to plant corn anyway.
Yeah.
You know? So, oh my gosh, yeah.
Yeah.
Leave your options open, because when stuff's in the hole, you don't know what direction it's going to go.
Yeah. Now, I plant a lot of wheat. Every year I'm planting a lot of wheat, and about half of that has option to actually go to wheat, and the other half is like we're going to destroy, and that number can move around.
Mm-hmm.
So wheat takes off, wheat looks good, take more of it to harvest, it looks terrible, tear more of it out.
Yep.
Cover crop.
Adaptability.
Yep. Chopping, we use a lot of that.
Yep.
So
Equipment.
what about it?
You can go buy a bunch of metal.
No, I'm done buying metal.
Why, Ben?
Why? Oh, my dad always says that you need to buy metal when markets are super low, and when it's
So
real
my
high.
dad's always said.
Yep. When it's high, you need to sit on it. Problem is when it's high, you're getting clobbered in taxes,
Yeah.
and so there's got to be kind of a medium there. I just bought some in the last year, but prior to that, I didn't buy nothing for years when it's $8-9.
Yep. But it sets a guy up to be able to get equipment on fire sale.
Yeah, like
Absolute
right now,
fire sale.
harvest equipment's cheap.
If you want to, I don't know, if you want to be able to get deals that no one else has, have money when no one else does.
Yep.
Therefore, don't do what everyone else does to achieve things that they won't achieve.
Mm-hmm.
So I almost butchered that.
I thought you were going to have one more sentence at the end there, and you kind of just...
Boom. Oh, one more sentence. It would have just gone off the bridge.
Yeah.
Gone.
So, yeah.
Okay.
Be adaptable. I mean, Aaron gets mad because we can't make a decision to the last second, but that's the way farming is, especially when it's like this.
We're just not pre-adapted. We're pre-determined.
To be undecisive.
Make sure you have a really good pre-herbicide plan.
Pre-emerge is about all I try to spend money on anymore. Nothing else, because posts don't work.
Saved my butt this year. I invested more money in it, and I'm glad I did. I sure don't regret it.
Post-emerge just kills the crop, it seems like, anymore. Damage the crop more than the weeds.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Trying to think for 25. I don't know, man. It's just...
I don't think 25 is going to be a disaster. I think that you need to be open. It's not going to be bankrolling by any means, but if you position yourself right, you're still going to make pretty good money.
What do you think the cattle market's going to do?
Cattle market seems a shadow grain. I don't know why. About 6 months to a year behind. Whatever happens in grain, about a year later, cattle will do the same thing.
You notice how many... Was I talking to you? How many feedlots are for sale right now? No.
No, it wasn't me.
I was talking to someone else. There's a lot of feedlots for sale right now. A lot. It's crazy. I've never even noticed feedlots for sale before. Right now, there's a bunch for sale.
Yeah.
I still can't figure out who I was talking to. Anyway, they're like, dude, ranchers know it's about to cave. Cattle's about to cave. They're trying to get out.
Yep.
Anyway, I don't know.
It just seems to be the way it rolls.
Yeah.
But I'm not a cattle guy. I don't follow that very close.
I hate cows. Cows are stupid. I'm glad there are people out there that like them, though.
Mm-hmm.
I really am. Okay. Anything? I did this with Heathman on one of the last couple podcasts ago. What would your 30-some-year-old self tell your 20-some-year-old self right now about farming?
Damn.
About farming.
I had an answer till you come out with that last one.
Well, I mean, you can spit it out. We can talk about, I don't know, we can talk about like airplanes or sex or I don't care. Fishing. No airplanes? No sex. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Let's see. Farming.
Why, will that get flagged or something? Or you just don't want to edit that? You just don't want to edit that?
I don't know. You know, one of the biggest things that I've noticed over the last few years is the way my dad does it. There's a hell of a lot of accuracy in that.
Oh, I know. I used to think
I don't
my
take it
dad
quite
was...
as extreme. I think that hybriding it a little bit is really paid out. But the way he has done stuff has been tried and true.
What would you say is the top couple lessons from that?
Spend money to make money is an accurate statement, but not to the level that everybody tells you.
Okay.
So my dad is, don't spend money. You can't lose money you don't spend. It's accuracy, but you have to spend some in order to even position yourself to make money. But the industry wants you to spend. The more money you spend, the more you make. No.
There's a line.
There's a fine line. And then when nature, who is the one who's going to screw you the hardest,
Break it off in your rear.
when she comes around, you lose even harder.
Yes. Mother Nature always takes her cut first.
Yep. When Mother Nature gets her cut and then the market gets its cut on the same year and you position yourself to be vulnerable to those, that's the year it'll break you.
How much risk do you take? It's kind of back to the...
You can take more risk. You can take more acreage risk if you reduce your overall investment per acre risk. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So you want to plant acres because that's where the ultimate dollar returns, but don't invest heavily in each acre.
Okay. Got it. Don't be spread too thin.
Yeah.
I'm convinced of that, dude. I'm convinced. If you just pay more attention on 1,000 acres than thinking acres game is going to make you rich.
Well, that goes both ways.
Yeah, it does.
So don't go in there and think that, okay, I'm going to put 500 acres in because I can take care of 500 acres, so I'm going to invest a lot in 500 acres to make sure it happens. Wrong. That's where you also get burnt. Because
Sure.
now you have less acres to offset the potential risk
Whoopsie.
of the first 500.
Yeah,
So that's another one.
sure. Oh, it's such a fine line. It's a fine line. Just be scared.
It'll
That's I don't know, dude. That's probably the number one thing that's helped me through this year financially. It's just be like seriously cautious.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I don't put hope in markets anymore. I don't.
It's a trend thing for sure.
Hope doesn't pay.
Hope is. It sounds terrible because they always say farmers are hopeful and that's what keeps it going. But hope is what burns you more than anything.
It does. You keep, if I think it's going to rain, so I'm going to do this application, or I think it's going to be a bumper year, so I'm going to really push the needle this year, or I think markets are going to stay good, so I'm going to, we're going to plant more than ever. I don't know.
Yeah, just I don't know. It's hard to give advice out when all this stuff's going on. Where do I cut and everything else? I'm still gonna stay where I was with cutting.
Yeah.
You cut population, then you can start cutting other things. You can't if you don't cut pop, you can't cut everything else. If you cut pop, then you can trickle down from there.
Right. Well, because this has been an interesting conversation lately. People will plant, say, 24,000 popcorn and 150 units in. Okay, well, now we backed off to 18,000 popcorn. How much in? Because people think pounds per acre, and then they put this hard division line between population and nitrogen.
Nitrogen links to population far more than it links to bushel production.
Right.
Which people don't realize that. I mean, that's something we've studied more recently, but bushel production to nitrogen application is not linked as much as you think.
Sure.
Its population drop is more linked to nitrogen application than the bushel production actually generates.
That's what we should start referring to as how many pounds per thousand of nitrogen are
Be
you applying.
far more accurate.
Than how many pounds per acre.
But that also depends on soil health.
It does.
There's I've said this, I don't know, freaking 50 times on this podcast. There is a finite number of biology support system needed per plant, period.
Yeah.
If you exceed how much biome there is to support per plant, then you have to start supplementing more. So if you go real high, you have to start putting more N, more P, more K, because the biome won't do it on its own.
And you have more disease.
Yep. Because
More
disease
insects.
attacks sick plants, which are nutrient deficient most of the time. And just because you apply it does not mean it's in that plant. I've applied nutrition that it's short and made the plant sick and pukes its guts out through the root system, and then you're sick. And then the whole plant is going downhill.
Or levels are down in your soil, but they test just right in these plants.
Mm-hmm.
Figure that one out. Balanced soil.
Yeah. Population is where I would look first, and then correlate those together with nutrition.
Yeah.
That's your biggest bang. Agronomic.
Yes.
Just talk a ton about marketing and business strategy in these last few, but that's definitely a link.
Yeah. Bring it.
Bring it.
In. My plan for 25 is 17.5 popcorn, 100 pounds of N, shoot for 130.
That
Potential
works.
of 180 because we've
I've
seen
got
it.
Considering pretty hard 15 to 18,000 irrigated.
Mm-hmm.
And very little to no fertility at all. Shooting for 200.
Yep. People are like just dying now. They're like, there's no way, it's not possible.
Just depends on everything else correlating in, but some of that stuff I can't get away with that, but some of it I can.
Sure. That's why you got to know each field.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
I've got some I probably won't cut any pop, but some I will.
Yep. Cool. Make profitability cool again.
Great again.
Because it's the only thing that's going to save your butt. You know?
And then carry that into $9
Plan for
corn.
10% interest. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Plan for 10% interest in $3 corn.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll be pretty safe next year, I think.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion. So,
Look at other crops. Do that too.
yeah.
Don't die behind the corn plant if that's what's killing you.
If
Move
that's
to
what's in the
something
middle
else.
of the road.
Mm-hmm.
Go around.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Well, I don't feel any more hopeful for next year, though. Get a
It's
support
just going to be
network.
meh.
Dude, I tell you, I don't know. The thing that's probably helped me the most is just getting a support network. You,
Mm-hmm.
Marmu, Mason, Stroby, Heathman. I mean, the list goes on. Travis. Literally, it's
When
like,
I get pissed off, I start calling my team.
yeah. Yeah.
Not because I want an answer. It's just more of a vent fest.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They're like, I don't know. Okay, well, I done complained enough, so I'm
I'm
good
good.
for a little while.
I'm good. Yeah, and I don't know. What's been fun on the company side is just bringing guys together that feel like they have someone that cares again, and a network
Mm-hmm.
of I'd like to try this. Has anyone tried this? Yes. I think a network is going to be more profitable to you than any
100%.
application.
Since I've had a network and a team, I've made more money than I've ever made
Yeah,
when I was trying to do it myself.
sure.
Ego
It'll kill you.
Ego is the anesthesia that deadens the pain of stupidity. 100% every time.
That was amazing.
Your ego is what'll kill you. And stand behind the whatever in the road until you
bush.
die.
Yep.
Yep.
Wow. I feel like I'm going to have a heart attack again. It's okay. Okay. Yeah. A network is going to pay better than any application will,
Mm-hmm.
because there is someone out there that has done what you are thinking about doing and
Yep.
can tell you what not to do
Yep.
and a better way to do it than you probably think you're going to do right now.
And keep you from.
And that's profitable.
Yep.
So,
There's more money in that for sure.
yep. Value your network, value your people. I'm fired up for 25 now. Let's freaking go. Corn go to $1. Don't care. We're good.
I don't know about that. That's going to be pretty rough.
We're dead.
That's the point you look at cover crop programs to pay all your bills.
There you go. Yep. Being adaptable.
Yep.
All right.
There's days I wonder about dry land in western Kansas if there's more money in raising cover crop and sequestering carbon than there is in actually grain production.
Might get to a point. If we get to that point, make a shift.
Yep.
Farming is a business.
It is a business.
Need to run our business like a business.
Yep. Yep.
What was that again? Dying. What's that saying?
What?
Ego?
Ego is the anesthesia that deadens the pain of stupidity.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
We'll end with that.
That's what you would tell his 20-year-old self.
That's what you would tell your 20-year-old self?
I knew that then. It was just a matter of what is. He was trying to figure out the puzzle. Probably that's what I tell my 30-year-old self is there ain't no puzzle. You thinking that there is one is what's holding you back.
There's no puzzle.
It just is most of the time.
Life just is.
Yep.
Okay.
Like that Jurassic Park guy. What does he say in that movie? Life finds a way. Whether or not you're going to be in their way or not.
You're your own biggest hurdle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There ain't no magical thing to making everything just perfect.
Rain.
No.
And you can't control that. So
Too much rain.
kills you.
Yep. There ain't no puzzle.
Okay.
The puzzle is your own mind.
Okay. Master your own mind.
Yep.
Got it. Like, subscribe, Sensei. Yeah. Wow. This is one I'm probably going to listen to 2 or 3 times.
There you go.
Okay. Sweet. Appreciate you guys. Got fall harvest here.
Yeah.
Rock on.
7 days. 7 to 10 days.
Full send.
Was told that yesterday.
Okay.
Yep.
Over
Okay.
and out.
Catch you later.
Goodbye, Sensei.